All right, I'm going to give this a shot here. Lost and alone on some forgotten highway, traveled by many, remembered by few, looking for something that I can believe in, looking for something that I'd like to do with my life. Wow, that key is very high for me. You know, I'm going to do what John Denver did. As the years went on, everybody's voice gets lower. And he originally recorded this song in the key of A, and then live on stage, years later, he was performing this in the key of G, a little bit lower for him and easier for him to hit the notes. So what I'm going to do in this lesson is I'm going to help you find your key and give you some tips and tricks with the capo and different chord positions and stuff like that that you can use to find your key. 1, rest, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. All right, so the first thing that we have to do is we've got to find the highest note of this song and the lowest note of this song, because that's the range that this song is in between those intervals, okay? So, and then the key makes all the difference in the world, because when you're in a different key, you're singing different notes and the pitches are either higher or lower. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to just tell you the lowest note of this song is the very beginning, that lost and alone. Those are the lowest notes of the song. And in the key of G, that's a D note. Lost and alone, open D, 4th string, okay? Highest note is on the chorus. It's the second suite, so he sings, sweet, sweet surrender. I mean, I could hit it, but I sound like I'm squeaking there a little bit. So it's kind of out of my range, all right? So in the key of G, the lowest note is a D note. On this note, see if you could sing this note. If you can sing this note, that's good. If you could sing this note, then this key might be good for you, all right? Let's go to the key of A now. Let's start out with figuring out what the note is first. So it's the, I'm just going to tell you, it's the E note. Lost and alone. All right, so it's higher than the lost and alone. This is lost and alone. The other one's lost and alone. Okay, and then on the high note for the A is, in the key of A, is the F sharp. Sweet, sweet surrender. Also, he in the first verse, looking for something that I'd like to do. Okay, so that's an F sharp as well. I failed to mention that. That's also the highest note of the song. Okay, same note as sweet, sweet surrender. And then if you can hit this lost and alone, if that's comfortable for you, then A may be your key, okay? So you have, right now, the choices are G and A. Let's go to the key of B. Let's see how that is. All right, so we were in A before, now we're going up to B. And the starting note is an F sharp. Lost and alone. That's our lowest note. And our highest note is going to be the G sharp. Sweet surrender. So if you could hit these two notes comfortably, the key of B may be your key. Okay? Now, I'm playing without a capo, but watch this. Capo 4. 4 frets up with the capo, and you have your G position chord that we've learned already. Beautiful sound on the guitar as well. Lost and alone on some. So see if that key is good for you, okay? So you can just use the same exact chord positions that we learned with the G over here, only we're capoed up for playing the same positions, okay? So this may be the key of B for you if you could sing that high G sharp note, okay? So let's try the key of C. I'm going to take the capo and just move it up 1 fret, so a total of 5 frets, and I've got my G and my D chord right there that we learned. Okay, so this is the key of C. This is also a very beautiful sound. You hear it in folk music so many times. That beautiful ringing guitar sound is, that beautiful high-end sound is by putting the capo up high on the guitar. Very common in folk music. The other thing too about the capo is it's easier to play this left hand with the capo because you don't have to press as hard, all right? So that's another advantage of using the capo. But anyway, this just raised the note, our starting note, lost and alone, to a G note, and our top note is sweet surrender. So that's an A note, okay? Way too high for me. This is the perfect key for a female, but it's also a perfect key for a very bassy male as well, all right? Because what you could do is, instead of having this as your starting note, that G, you can have lost and alone on some da 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 da, sweet surrender, okay? So your highest note, if your lowest note would be lost and alone on some da 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 da, sweet surrender. Okay, and that may be comfortable for a male vocalist that sings very low. If you could hit that low G, all right, and if you can hit a G up here or an A note. Sweet surrender. Okay, so that's capo 5. Now, alternatively, you could just be using C and G chords. Okay, and I'm going to give you the rundown with that in a little bit. But we're still looking for your key here. Okay, because I don't know if we found it yet. Key of D, we're capoed up 7, we're playing in the G position. We're starting to run out of real estate. This is usually as high as I'll ever go, is capoed 7. We're playing in the G position here, and of course the D. And our starting note is the A note, lost and alone, or an octave lower for a bass singer. This is two extremes here, really a high soprano or a pretty big bass singer. Lost and alone. And then the high note is a B note. And I'm not even going to attempt that, but for the male, that would be sweet surrender. Okay? Lost and alone on some da 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 da. This would be the male part. and the female will be lost and alone on some. Can't even hit the rest of it. Key of E. The next possible choice with this is we've got to take the capo off because it's getting too high. We could either go with this E chord right here, and then we're going to have to switch to a B, and the finger picking pattern would be something like something like that, okay? But I want to show you with the capo, because if we capo up 2, we have a D chord right here. If we just go up 2 frets with that, we have the E chord, and if we had all of our open notes available, we'd be switching back from the D chord. And then the next chord would be an A. Okay, like an A sus2 chord, or A5, depending on what you want to call it. So that works very well too. You see where I'm going here, because now we can move all of these chords up the neck and change the key as well. Okay, so you could do that with a C chord. If you move up a D chord to right here, you're in the key of D. You could play out of the D chord. But we're on the D chord right now, or the E chord here, and your starting note for that is a B note. So lost in that and your high note is a C sharp. Right? Sweet surrender. See if that key's good for you. Okay, so that's a D chord and an A chord capoed up to chord positions there. For the F, you just capo up 3, and now you have the D chord right here. You're in the key of F. It's D and A again. Okay, that's the key of F, and that's that's starting on a C, because it's open right there, and it's playing a C note there. And then your other note is, your high note is a D note. Sweet surrender, da da da. I'll tell you what, I think key of F is my key, so I think I've just figured out what my key is for this song. All right, this is going to blow your mind. With all the stuff that I showed you, how to change keys and everything, using the capo, using different chord positions and stuff like that, you're not going to even believe what John Denver did, okay? Instead of, he sang the song in the key of A originally, using the A and the E chords, all right? And instead of just changing to the key of G with this, he decided to tune his guitar down a whole step and still play those same positions. I guess he got so used to doing it that way that all he did was tune down his guitar. He had another guitar on stage apparently, and tuned down a whole step, and that's what he did. You see a lot of folk musicians doing that, where they'll bring 2 or 3 guitars to a show, and they'll have them tuned, and they'll pick up this guitar for that song and that guitar for this song, rather than tuning the guitar the whole time. I don't know about you, but I use one guitar, and I don't have time to be tuning. It's much easier to just go like this and play the chord and key that I want. Anyway, speaking of keys, I want to know below, and this is really important, what key are you playing this song in? What key did you decide is best for your voice? Please comment in the comments area below. Now, if you're having trouble learning the song in that key, or you don't know what the chords are, I will make a video for you. I will. And I'll share it with everybody in the group, but we'll do it in your key. I'll make the video for you in your key, okay? So keep practicing. We'll see you in the next video, and do comment below and let me know what key that you're going to be picking this song in. Okay, and we'll work on that. We'll see you in the next video. There's another one coming.